Hi, it's me, Liz James. I just wanted to come on because I've been guided to talk a little bit about my story and why it might seem like a bit of a surprise to people looking out from the inside as to why I suddenly completely changed direction in my career. But yeah, so basically what it is it's a calling. It's a calling that I've been ignoring for a very long time. I started reading tarot when I was 11 years old, and I kept that very quiet from people because I didn't like the idea of being seen as a weirdo, as being seen as like, superstitious or strange. So and I kind of played it down. I kept it quiet. I saw the things since very early on, as anyone who might have read my story on one of my interviews years ago knows that I had an out of body experience. I died when I was 4 years old. I, thanks to open heart surgery, I left my body and I went to the other side. I had, after that, constant astral traveling experiences. I saw ghosts. I saw dead people all the time. And you don't talk about those things, right? You learn not to talk about them. You push them down so that you don't scare people, especially if you go to Catholic school. And if you're getting in trouble with the nuns for questioning them why they're like, hang on a minute, didn't Jesus teach us to like love everyone? And why do you want to smack a ruler across my knuckles, kind of thing? Do you know what I mean? Like they don't like being questioned on those things. So I pushed it down, but I've always been creative. As anyone who knows me knows, I'm a storyteller. I have a lot of inspiration, and I just hadn't made the connection that most of my deep work comes from outside of me. It's not within me. It's a There's an expression in Portuguese to mergulhar no nos oceanos profundos internos, something like that, to take a deep dive into the inner oceans within. But the oceans within are the oceans without. So they are as above, so below, as within, so without. All is within balance. I After having my son, around the time of I started on my ascension path then, back in 2018 when I was pregnant, and wanting to be a better mother, a better human being, to be worthy of love, to show the power of love, and how can I possibly make sure that my child knows love if I don't love myself, if I don't show myself the love. And that's how it started back up again for me. It reminded me of my connection to the divine, to the source of creation. It reminded me of this connection that I'd always kind of felt, and I've always been quite a good girl. I don't do things. I might do questionable things, but not morally questionable. Never. I'm very much committed to a life of morality, and I have been my entire life. Okay, so what if you, and whatever. But in terms of everything else, very morally upright. And one of the reasons I had to step away from music a little bit, not necessarily step away from creating it, I just wasn't happy. I wasn't happy with what I was doing. I wasn't in my calling. As much as I'd convinced myself that it was my calling, it wasn't. It wasn't my calling to be, to do something like to shine in the public eye with music, or to be recognized for that. And it's not about fear or lack of confidence. Anyone who knows me, I ain't got no problem with my confidence. It was just absolute lack of satisfaction. I was a teacher, and that's where it stemmed from. It was reminding myself that I actually really love teaching. I love guiding people, and not because I think that I'm better or anything like that, but I felt it satisfied something in my soul. And the same with what I'm doing now with my channeling work, with my my spiritual messages, my tarot, connecting with the ethers. I am a channel. I've been a channel my entire life. I just blocked it out for so long, and then I completely forgot that I was connected and disconnected. It was no longer me. It was just like some form of art that I was producing, and that's not what it is at all. So it's taken me. I've been on a healing path now for, well, as I said, since 2018. Had a very, very long dark night of the soul for about 3 years, and I'm just, the last year or so I've been coming out the other end of that, and some sticky karmic situations that, well, collective energy is just more than familiar with. Anyone who's been had all of the towers in their lives come down at once. It's the divine just saying, hey, are you listening? Are you paying attention? Because, like, if not, that's all gotta go. That's gotta go. That's gotta go. But yeah, I didn't realize until today. I was just I was commenting with one of the girls in the community, and mentioned that, I had kept this a secret for so long, and it was mostly out of shame, but it was about keeping up appearances. It was about being, most of my life I've spent trying to shrink away from getting too much attention, from standing out, from showing off, not being too loud in the crowd, not being the weirdo. And yeah, that was the only thing that was really ever holding me back from just embracing it. And I've been, as I said, reading tarot since I was 11, and I've been working with crystals now for about 8 years. And all of the research that I was doing with my books, and even my mythology work, and philology, philologist, like, so a studying of languages, of coding, things like this. It's all been interconnected, and I had no idea until about 2 years ago that, and I would even go as far as to say probably not until about a year ago, or even maybe a few months ago, because it's every time that you get a little bit further down on the path, you discover the next part of the journey. I'm not sure if this is I think there's more to come. I'm being guided at the moment, and I'm just following that inner knowing, that inner gnosis, intuition, as to where to go ahead, and how to move forward. But ultimately, I know that I am a guide. I'm here to spread positivity, to help uplift others. That's just something that I've just felt called to do for so long. I tried to do it with music. I tried very hard to, encourage others to be more creative, especially in the city that I've been in, to try, show off their talents and creative endeavors, not to be stuck on just the image of everything, and how it's going to be accepted or felt. Or I've been trying to overcome this for years, about the mentality of, there's no point in doing that, there's no money in that. That was a little private side mission. I think it was a side quest, I think Spirit sent me on. And now they're saying, all right, you've had your fun there. You see, that's not quite going to cut it. You're not going to get the same satisfaction. So it's about time that you step fully into your aligned path. And that is where I'm at today. And, no path is fixed. No stone is ever out of, no stone is ever fixed in place. You can always change the direction, and there is more to come. You don't know the full journey. You never know how long the road is until you're on it. And there is no end. There is no end until the end, and then the end is not the end as well. So yeah, that's where I'm at. And I don't have the time or the energy. I've noticed that, because I'm working with energies. I'm studying Reiki and healing frequencies, things like this, which I've been self-studying for a long time, but I'm doing courses at the same time. When you work with energies, when I'm channeling and when I'm connecting with energies outside of myself, in the astral realms and in the emotional bodies, the fluidity of the world, it's quite tiring. So my focus is really on self-care and making sure that I am pouring back into myself before I'm connecting with that, and I don't have time to be pursuing a lot of other areas that I maybe have been scattered in the past. So that's where I'm at, and I just wanted to send a big hug to everyone. This isn't me saying I'm never going to sing again. I'm never going to dance again. I'm definitely dancing. I'm dancing tomorrow. Definitely singing sometime. I sing pretty much every day, but right now my focus is very much on this healing path, not just for myself. It's bigger than me. It started off as for my son, for me, and then it went to me, and then gave back into my son, and now it's going outside of my familial unit to a wider collective who it needs to reach, and it's all love and light, man. It's all love and light, peace. You know what I'm saying? So big up, much love. Yeah, Liz signing off.